Hey guys, just wanted to go over a couple of ARs that I have and a few changes I made. I'll start with the first one over here. It's basically a BCM 14.5-inch mid-length upper. It's the newest one that just came out. You can tell the new logo has a little star on there versus the older one right there. Okay. On this one, I have starting from the beginning. This is new to me. It's a Surefire MB556K. It's a very, very effective brake, and it's not as loud as I thought it was going to be. When I first took it out the first time, I actually forgot to put hearing protection in and fire it off around, without hearing protection, and it wasn't that bad. It's also very, very effective. As you can see, it's tuned for a right-handed shooter, because you can see the holes are not symmetrical, versus the battle comp here, where if you kind of lose concentration, your rifle starts to drift up and to the right. Not so much of an issue with this one. I gotta say, I do love my battle comp, but the Surefire is a more effective brake. But again, the battle comp is a compensator, so it has some flash suppressing capabilities, but not as effective as the Surefire. Moving on, I have a Surefire X300, one of my favorite weapon lights. Sorry for I don't have a camera stand, it's using my iPhone, but this is the grip that I use, an extended grip, and I can easily access my light. If I'm shooting weak side, I can use the opposite hand, so everything's the same. The front sight is a Daniel Defense front sight, very light, pretty good. I use that index grip so I can index my grip every time right here. The foregrip is just a cut down RVG. I didn't need the whole grip, so I just cut it down. It's mainly just as a hand stop now, like so. Moving on, it's a Aimpoint T1 in a Daniel Defense tall mount. It's very light. Can't say enough good things about the T1. It's just an awesome sight. Going back, I have a Magpul backup sight. Pretty good sight. And here I have a LMT soap mod. It's the first generation. I kind of just put my my drop chart here, so I know what I'm shooting at extended ranges. I know what the holdover is. Originally I had a LMT two-stage trigger here, but I found myself I guess outrunning the trigger. It wasn't resetting fast enough, so I would kind of screw up drills or screw up a string of fire because it wouldn't reset fast enough. I recently just replaced it with a Spikes NIB battle trigger, and it is pretty awesome. Better than the USGI trigger that came in my BCM lower. Again, this also costs twice as much. So grip is a Magpul MOE grip. On this side, I have the bad lever. I took it off for a while, but then I kind of felt naked without it, so I put it back on. The reason I took it off is because I read that they were causing issues to fail to lock back, but I haven't had any issues with it. This is new to this upper, but I've used this for a while, and I haven't had any issues. And if I do start to have issues, I will take it off. Basically, this side's the same. I do have the Noveske TRX QD sling adapter, so that's pretty nice. And yeah, that's about it on this one. Moving on to the second one. Almost exact same thing. BCM mid-length upper, 14.5 inch. This one is actually pinned. The other one is not pinned, and I am using it on my SBR lower. Again, has the battle comp 1.5. I shot it side by side with my friend, with two of my buddies shooting next to or standing right next to me when I fired both rifles, and one of them said the battle comp had more concussion, and the other one said the Surefire had more concussion. I didn't shoot next to it, so I guess the judgment is out on that. Front sight is a Magpul M-Bus. I put another LaRue index clip here so I can get a consistent grip each time. And I have a Gen 1 here just because I have my Gen 2 backup sight on my MRP 10.5 inch. The lower is a BCM lower. Everything's pretty standard. Stock is a Ultor iMod. I have a Noveski QD here, and same thing here. I have the Noveski TRX QD. The optic is a GRSC 1:4 scope. I've used this scope for a while, and then I took it off and went to the T1. But since I have 3 uppers now, I thought I'd just throw this back on. It's a very good, very good scope. I have it in a LaRue SPR mount. Let me see if I can get it through look through the scope here. It's kind of hard to see the reticle. It's a front focal plane, so the reticle changes size as the magnification goes up. Let's see. Let's try again. Right there. It kind of has a tree right there. I know you can't see it right there, but there's a horseshoe and then a dot and then a smaller dot. And the smaller dot, you can zero that at 25. You know, the 25 300 battle 0, and then the dot is the 100 yard. And I've tested it with Wolf IMI 55 grain, and it's pretty close out to about 400. Other than that, both the rifles are pretty much the same. The only I do like my LMT lower a little better. As you can see, it has a more positive safety selector versus the BCM. It's kind of mushy. But that's basically it. My 2 BCM 14.5 inch uppers. All right. Thanks for watching.